What are some red flags when it comes to relationships? Well, there are a few that I can name off the top of my head that I've also experienced, such as lack of communication. That's when you don't especially talk through your issues within the relationship, or no one is willing to hear each other's sides. Whatever you think or believe or how you feel, it often gets ignored. You don't feel like your voice is being heard. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in a couple relationship. It could be a relationship with your friends or family member, or even the person pumping petrol at the gas station. When you have a lack of communication, there is bound to have misunderstandings, hurt feelings. Another red flag when it comes to relationships is a lack of boundaries. Your boundaries are constantly being put to the test. Your buttons are always being pushed. You always feel like no matter what you say, no matter what you do, how you feel about certain things or situations, you're constantly being tested and told otherwise. That whatever you think or believe doesn't matter. Lack of boundaries means that there is a lack of space emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You may feel suffocated or trapped. And that is one of the worst feelings imaginable. In a relationship, you're not supposed to feel like you have no space to be you. You're not grounded within your own ideas or beliefs or values. Lack of boundaries leads to you constantly compromising your wants, your needs, your morals, your values, so you can continue on making the other person happy. It's as if you're always waving the white flag of surrender, just so you can continue this volatile or toxic relationship. It may start with the littlest things. You may want to go to a taco shop, but whenever you go there, you always have to order what he or she wants. Although you may not like eating burritos, it seems as though that's what you always buy because that will make your better half happier. Or it may be something as simple as you wanting to buy new curtains and the color that you chose isn't good enough to your partner. And so you end up just agreeing with whatever he or she decides. Your partner may want to buy you a house or a car, or may just want to buy you something nice for Valentine's Day, but you do not want any of it. You don't want any part of it. However, your partner doesn't seem to understand that you don't want it, and they keep on insisting. And yet, your ideas, your thoughts, you compromise. Another red flag I should mention is, for some reason, you are always fighting over the littlest things. That is a sign of someone who is not mature, someone who is prone to disagreements just for the sake of feeling like they are on top, that they have a leverage, that they are always right. or that they need to prove a point. You may want to buy a laptop to go to school, and it is with your money. However, that laptop may take space in the living room, and your partner doesn't want it to be in the living room. So you decide, hey, all right, I'll just keep it in my backpack. But no, he is adamant, or she is adamant, that you do not need a new laptop. Your old laptop works fine. It's so silly, this little argument. But if you can't agree on the littlest things, the biggest things will come at a price. You may argue over the littlest things, such as where you place the dishes in the kitchen, or how you eat your meal on a plate or in a bowl. You may feel as though whatever you think, whatever you do, it's not enough. It doesn't matter, and whatever he or she says goes. And you often have to give in because you want to keep the peace. However, it's not peaceful within you. You feel as though powerless, as if you have no voice. The last red flag is when you are constantly confused by their behaviors. You're constantly questioning, you're constantly doubting, you're constantly second guessing yourself. Is this what I heard? Is this what I saw? Is this how I really feel? Is this how he really thinks of me? Is this how she really thinks of me? Is this right? Is this wrong? If you're constantly trying to understand the other person's behavior, one minute they're really warm and bubbly and friendly, and the next they're cold and volatile, and they're saying things that you never saw coming. Sometimes these actions come out of nowhere. Sometimes it feels as though you are living with two other people, Jekyll and Hyde, and you don't know which face you're going to see next. It can get so terrifying, and it can get so hard just to breathe. The thing is, these red flags are a few of many, and as a woman, I used to make excuses for all the red flags that I saw or all the red flags that I went through. I always tried to see the best in people and try to give people many chances, but I've come to realize when I am chasing an idea of someone who has never shown that they really want to change, I have to walk away for my own sanity. If they do not seem to want to hear your viewpoints, if they don't seem to want to come in agreement with you in certain plans, constantly felt guilty if I wasn't actually trying to show how much love and support I had upon my partner or family or friend. Because in those relationships, there were some problems that arose, and I chose to ignore them because I wanted to keep a peaceful home or a peaceful atmosphere. And what in turn ended up happening is that I broke down my own value, my own sanity, my own strength, just so I can raise up another person who definitely didn't want my support. Although they kept saying that they needed me there or wanted me there, they showed their true colors. They didn't want to change. They didn't see me as someone worthy or someone that they would consider a friend. I think the foundation of healthy relationships is the friendship. It's the friendship, and it's the care, It's the understanding, it's the nurturing, it's the kindness, it's showing weaknesses and strength. It's not one-upping each other, it's not tearing each other down and trying to rile up the other party. It is actually moving towards something good. You're moving through life together. You're giving each other strength. You're providing each other company. You're providing each other a positive or a better way of seeing life. Life has its ups and downs, and I'm not saying that all the red flags will be permanent. People have their ups and people have their downs. People have their seasons where they are not secure within themselves and they may fall at times, as you or I can fall. And there's grace in between. There's a limit to pain. There's a limit to strength. If all we're producing is bad fruit in a relationship, if all that you feel is toxic and the behaviors do not change, maybe it's time to reevaluate what you really do need in a relationship, and perhaps it is time to walk away. You can forgive so many times, but your forgiveness doesn't need to be wasted. Your forgiveness doesn't necessarily need to continue on someone who isn't willing to change at all. I learned that I need to stop making excuses and I have to move forward. This life is too short to have toxic people in your life. I can't tell you how many times I said, one more time, one more time, one more time I'll accept, one more time I'll forgive, one more time. And I was hoping the other party would change. But I soon realized I had to change. I had to make a decision to change. There's fear of the unknown. There's fear of leaving a relationship because you've invested so many moments, so many experiences together. And to walk away, it seems fruitless. However, in my journey called life, I've learned that it doesn't matter. Time can heal. You can move on and you can rebuild again. It's all right to take a moment to breathe, relax, and tell yourself that it will all be all right. There may be times of sadness, but one day you'll have clarity again, and one day you'll get the chance to look forward and not backwards. One day you'll dance again, and one day you'll sing with joy in your heart once more. And it may be some time before you can get there, but that day will come if you just hold steady and put one foot in front of the other until you arrive.